Hello guys, another video. Uh, so this, as the title suggests, is the M1070 with obviously the trailer, the m1000. Um, as you can see from my video list, I've already got a video, well, part one of a build series for this kit. However, I never finished that, and if you haven't watched any of my last videos, the reason was I sort of stopped basically for sort of lost interest and got daunted by the kit basically. So I put it to one side and I never carried it on, so I sold it. Ever since then I regretted it, so when I started the hobby back up again, I really wanted to do it and finish it and do a good job of it. So I've been waiting till I had enough money to buy it. I did, so I bought it. Excuse me. So I'm up to page 18, 19 of 48, so still a long way to go. And I've bought some upgrades for it. The Edward Photo Etch interior detail set and the Edward armoured cabin set, just to make my life a little bit more difficult. So yeah, I've done basically the chassis, running gear, suspension, bit of the bodywork, bit of the interior of the cabin, nothing of the outside, some of the walls but not the roof or windshield are put in yet, just so I can show you what I've done. So yeah, I don't know what I've said in the last part one video of this, so I may go over things about the kit that I found or whatever, but yeah. So this is the actually I'll push this down. So this is the chassis. It's very well detailed, very complete apart from the engine, but unless you're gonna pose the bonnet open or it knocked out or burnt out, you don't need that really. So you've got all the chassis, all the diffs, all the prop shafts, all the suspension bits, all the tanks, and I've obviously got the radiator and mud guards with the headlights on. So yeah, it all goes together quite well. It's all very well detailed. Minimal amounts of flash or blurring, bit of seam work to sort out. No issues with fit really. Probably the only difficult bit to this so far would be getting the axles lined up and making sure your chassis is straight, which is quite hard to do when you haven't got sort of like a reference to work out. I mean, the wheels haven't been done yet, so so you can see a bit more. Yeah, I haven't done the wheels yet, so I don't know if my work is good, but from the way it's sitting at the moment, it seems to be very fairly straight, so hopefully it'll work out good. I've got the steering axles, the front and rear steering axles mocked up so they're turning. because it's gonna, where it'll be sitting on the shelf is at an angle like that, with like the that's the back of the tractor. The trailer will sort of be coming off like that. So I saw on videos of the m1070 on YouTube that the rear axle turns, so I made that turn. It says not to glue some parts in the steering, which I didn't, so I can make it turn, but even though I use minimal amount to glue, when you come to fix other parts to it, like, it's quite hard to show, but these bits on top, the part of the air brakes or something like that, I assume, the glue seems to fix it in place, or at least mine is very stiff, and you could easily break something if you carried on turning, so I'm just going to leave it like that. I've left some bits loose for painting. The tanks, this one falls out quite easily, but this one's sort of wedged in place by the box above it. And then you've got the rear skids, I suppose you call them, for the fifth wheel. So you've done the seams on that. You got the part of the armoured cabin set on the tanks, I suppose it protects them, and then there's a further photo etch box that goes over the tanks. I've seen on pictures that some have the box and some don't. If they don't, they have these on them. That's why I assume that they get these, or you get the option to do these or the box. It doesn't say an option in the instructions, but yeah. So I'll probably have one without and one tank without the box and one tank with. So yeah, that was that. It's all been good so far. Brilliant kit. Obviously not recommended for the beginner. It's pretty much an advanced kit, even though it's sort of not too difficult at the moment. It's very involved and you have to take your time and that sort of thing. So yeah, that's the chassis. So now you have the cabin. This is some of the armoured panels that you get with the photo etch set. So you get the side, there which covers up the window. You get the rear, which you have a panel to put over the rear window, and another side. You also get doors, which replace the kit doors. There's panels on here, on the front here, which I have to get rid of these plastic mouldings across. There's one that goes over the roof, which you'll see, and there's more on the bottom. As you can see, I haven't done anything to the bottom yet. So yeah, that's the interior with the photo etch pre-coloured interior detail set. I'm pretty happy with the interior. I like it. I was going to do washes, but after thinking about it, you're not going to see a lot of it when it's all shut up, unless you leave the roof loose. I don't want to do that because then it doesn't look right. I mean, it looks like, because it never sits properly, it looks like you haven't put it together right. So I'd rather glue the lid down properly and not see the interior properly, if you catch my drift. So yeah, anyway, I'll carry on. So I put a bit of stowage in the back. So you get the seat belts as well with the interior detail set. You get like 4 across the back there and 2 on the sides. So just trying to show you everything. Spin that around. So that's the interior. That's the roof with the armoured panel on the top. It does away with the kit air conditioning unit, I suppose it is, that sticks out the top of the box. You just have some sort of rivet holes on the top. So yeah, that's that. You have the kit windshield with the windows and the sun visors. These are the photo etch armoured doors. They haven't got any glass in them in a minute at the moment, but once painting's done I'll slide them in. They just slide in, so that's not too bad. I'll probably leave one open and one shut. See, nothing done on the outside yet, but on the inside you've got the warning panels and stuff, and then the same on there. All the warning panels, obviously. And then, last but not least, part of the armours paneling for the windshield. That would be the front, where another pane of glass is going to go. Got more sort of photo etch to put on top of that, and that would be the bit that goes up to against the existing windshield. So I've painted that so you don't see any photo etch through like brassy colour or anything like that. So yeah, that is everything. Hope you liked it, and I'll be moving on with the build. Hope it goes all well, hope you like it, and see you next time. Thanks guys, bye.